So I'm going to introduce you to a special friend. Would you like to meet a special friend? Would you like to feel him? No, I'll bring him to you, okay? How does he feel, Celine? Soft. How does he feel, Zoe? How does he feel, Sophia?
Soft.
Soft. Natalie?
Soft.
It feels really soft. Betsy?
He feels fuzzy.
He feels fuzzy. And how would you like to give a feel? Fuzzy. How about you, Tomas? Not everybody's going to get a feel today, but if you didn't get a feel today, you'll get a feel tomorrow. So your friends told me that he feels soft and fuzzy, and if you didn't get a feel today, you will get a feel maybe even later, because I might take him out again at the end of the day. What do you think of that? So, do you know my special friend has a name? His name is Chester. His name is Chester. And Chester had a kind of day that was, well, not a day. He had a night that was just like yours, just like your day. Chester went to school for the first time. He went to kindergarten. Can you believe that? Now let me ask you something. What kind of animal is Chester? Thanks so much for raising your hand. Remember, I only call on children who raise their hands. Sophie, I love the way you raised your hand. What is Chester? Chester's a raccoon. Did you all know that? Yeah, Chester's a raccoon. School at night. Why do you think he went to school at night, Ben?
Because he's nocturnal.
Wow. What is nocturnal?
It means he goes to sleep in the day and stays awake at night.
Wow. Did everybody know that? Can you say the word nocturnal?
Nocturnal.
And guess what we're going to do? We're going to investigate other animals that are nocturnal, just like Chester. Just like Chester. But let me ask you a question. Do raccoons go to school?
No.
Do they go to school, Natalie? No. So I'm going to read a story about Chester. Do you think it's going to be a real story or a pretend story? Raise a quiet hand. Raise a quiet hand. Tell me, Sarah, what do you think?
Pretend.
It's going to be pretend. And we have a grown-up word whenever we read pretend stories. If you're playing with your shoes, are you focused? No, I know. Eva's still focused because she is sitting close. So she's really paying attention to this important stuff. So what do you think? Is this story going to be, we know it's pretend, but what is that grown-up word for a pretend story? Does anybody know? Penelope. It's an imagination story, you're right. It is an imagination story. So you're going to need to wait till I call on you, Nestor. Betsy, do you know the name of it?
Those bears are also in
Oh,
the
but we're talking about Chester and the story. So we're going to focus on that. Alexander?
I know this. I have
What's it called?
The kissing
What?
hand.
Yeah, but what's that kind of story called? Nate?
Um,
I'm going to give you one chance. It is called a pretend story, but I'm going to teach you a grown-up word for that. Are you ready to learn it?
Yeah.
It's called
Fiction.
Can you say that?
Fiction.
Yeah, when a story's pretend, it's called fiction. Fiction. This is a fiction story. It's not real. It's not real. It's pretend. Are you ready to hear this great story?
Yeah.
Okay. Ready? Let's get ourselves. Focus. Focus. Everybody Focus. Are we on our knees when we're focused? Because we can fall over if we are. Good job, Nestor. Good job, you're focused. Good job, Nate. Good job, Betsy. And the story is called The Kissing Hand. And the author of the story is Audrey Penn. What's an author? What's an author? Nathaniel, what's an author?
He's very good at writing.
He's the person that writes the story. Yes. And the illustrator is Nancy Leak. What's an illustrator? Ben.
It's the person who draws the picture.
Exactly right. And look who's on the cover. Who's on the cover? Chester. Look at Chester. Who's Chester on the cover with? Who do you think that might be?
Mom.
Who do you think that might be? I love the way you raised your hand, Zoe. It might be his mom. Are you ready to find out? I wonder what kind of time Chester had his first day at school.
I
I'm
know.
so wondering, because good readers, they wonder about a book before they read it. And if you're sitting with your hand, spoon in the middle, you're not playing with anything and you're focused on the story, and that's so smart. Because that's what good readers do. They get their mind ready to read by being focused on the story. The Kissing.
I know how the story
Chester
goes.
Raccoon stood at the edge of the forest and cried. I don't want to go to school, he told his mother. I want to stay home with you. I want to play with my friends and play with my toys and read my books. I want to swing on my swings. Please, may I stay home with you? Don't you think that's the way Chester might have sounded? Look at Chester's face. Does he look happy? Put a thumb up if you felt a little bit like Chester this morning. A little bit. Maybe even a little scared. Put a thumb up. Show me your thumb. Mrs. Raccoon took Chester by the hand and nuzzled him on the ear. Sometimes we all have to do things we don't want to do, she told him gently, even if they seem strange and scary at first. But you will love school once you start, and if you're looking at the book, then your mind is ready to read, Sarah. That's where you need to be looking to get your mind ready to read at the story. Nice job. You'll make new friends, and you'll play with new toys. You'll read new books, and swing on new swings. Besides, she added, I know a wonderful secret. A secret that will make your nights at school seem as warm and cozy as your days at home. I love the way your eyes are on the book, William. Chester wiped away his tears, and he looked interested. A secret? What kind of secret? Oh, a very old secret, said Mrs. Raccoon. I learned it from my mother, and she learned it from hers. It's called kissing. The kissing hand? Asked Chester. Alexander, a short laugh is fine. I'll show you. So Mrs. Raccoon took Chester's left hand. She spread open his tiny fingers into a fan. She leaned forward and kissed Chester right in the middle of his palm. Chester felt the warmth of his mother's kiss go all the way up his hand to his shoulder, right to his heart. Even his silky black mask tingled with a special warmth. Mrs. Raccoon smiled. Now, she told Chester, whenever you feel lonely and need a little loving from home, just press that hand to your cheek and think, Mommy loves you. Mommy loves you. And that very kiss will jump to your face and fill you with toasty, warm. She took Chester's hand and carefully wrapped his fingers around the kiss. Crisscross applesauce. Now, do be careful, Chester, not to lose the kiss, she teased him. But don't worry. When you open your hand to wash it, I promise the kiss will stick. You won't lose it.
You will lose it. You will.
Chester loved his kissing hand, and now he knew that his mother's love would go with him wherever he went, even to school. That night, Chester stood in front of his school and looked thoughtful. Can you look thoughtful for me? That means he's thinking. Suddenly, he turned to his mother and he grinned. Oh, I love Nestor's grin. I love Nate's grin. I love Alfred's grin. I love Paul. He knows what a grin looks like. And so does Alexander. So does Selena grin. Is a what? It's a smile. Suddenly he turned to his mother and grinned. Give me your hand, he told her. Who can tell me what you think Chester is going to do next? Because good readers think about what might happen.
I know.
Thanks for not calling out. I love the way Sarah just raised her hand, because that's what good friends in kindergarten do when they have something to say. Sarah, what do you think he might do next?
He might do the same thing to his mother.
Did you hear what Sarah said? Can you say that in a big sharing voice, Sarah?
He might do the same thing to his
Can you repeat what Sarah just said? Who can say what Sarah just said? Raise a hand if you can say it. Natalie.
He might do the same thing to his mother.
Do you think he might do the same thing to his mother? If you agree, put your hand on your head. I agree with Natalie and Sarah. Let's see if they're right. Chester took his mother's hand in his own and unfolded her large, familiar fingers into a fan. You can try it too. Next, he leaned forward and kissed the center of her hand. Now, you have a kissing hand too, he told his mother, and with a gentle goodbye and I love you, Chester turned and danced away into the night sky. Mrs. Raccoon watched Chester scamper across a tree limb and enter school. And as the hoot owl rang in the new school year, Mrs. Raccoon pressed her hand against her cheek, and she felt the warmth of Chester's kiss go up her arm to her shoulder, right to her heart. And the warmth of Chester's kiss filled her heart with special words. What do you think it said? Chester loves you. Chester loves you.
That's Chester's. That's this.
I
Love you.
love
You. I love you.
So what do you think of that story? What part of the story was make pretend? What part of that story could not happen? What part made that story fiction? Let's see. You can, Nestor, I love the way you raised your hand. What part of that?
Just went to school anyway.
He went to school. That's the one pretend part. What other part was really pretend? Zoe.
The animals can't talk.
He was talking. Animals can't talk. That was so smart. You know what I love? I love the way most of you said crisscross applesauce for almost all the story. That was hard to do. Did you like the story about Chester?
Yeah.
Would you like to make kissing hands for your moms?
Yeah.
Okay, well later this afternoon, guess what you're going to get to do?
Make kissing
Make
hands.
kissing hands. We're going to paint your hands. And I have to warn you, the paint tickles your hands because we're going to make prints of your hands and it tickles. And then we're going to hear the story again because good books get read over and over. Yes, Natalie?
There's kissing hand over there.
There is, and that's what you're going to do. That was so smart that you noticed. This is what yours is going to look like.
That's yours.
Yeah, this is mine, but you're going to get to do one that looks like this and do one of your very own. Do you think that might be really fun?
Yeah.
Okay, so what you're going to do now is you're going to go back to your seat. You're going to finish decorating your special needs, but not till I call your table. Your team, okay?
Red, blue,
Right.
green, yellow.
Yes, Nestor.
Who's your favorite character from any of
Oh, honey, we're not focused on Madagascar right now. Right now, we're doing something else. We might talk about Madagascar at another time, okay? But sometime when we sit down and have a chat, we might talk about Madagascar. But right now, we're focused on something else, okay? So, I would like to see how blue team can go back to their table. The blue team, if you sit at the blue team, you're at the blue team, go back to your team and start. Oh my goodness, look how quietly the blue team went back to color their special me's. I don't believe it. Wow. Let's see if the green team can go back as quietly as the blue team. Green team, can you go back as quietly? Look at Aviel. She knows that we walk in the classroom. Good job. The yellow team. Let's see how quietly you can go back. Wow, good job. The red team. Good job. Okay, but what you can do is represent them in groups the way you counted them for you. Could you do that? Yeah. The title of this story is Bunny Cakes, and the author and illustrator is Rosemary. That means she did all the work. She wrote the words and she drew the pictures. Bunny Cakes. Thanks for listening. Bunny Cakes. Ooh, look at all the food.
That's a lot of material to make it.
A lot of material.
The cake.
Bunny Cakes. And I love the way Ben and Aviel are focused. It was Grandma's birthday. Max made her an earthworm birthday cake.
That's what I was going to say. That was close.
No, Max, said Max's sister Ruby. We are going to make Grandma an angel surprise cake with raspberry fluff icing. Max wanted to help. Don't touch anything, Max, said Ruby. Max sometimes gets into trouble because he doesn't listen. That's right. Always doesn't. But it was too late. Ruby sent Max to the store with a list that said, eggs. Why did he need eggs? Turn to the person sitting next to you and tell that person why they needed to get more eggs.
Needed eggs to make the cake.
But why did they need more eggs? Turn to your neighbor. Oh, I heard Penelope tell her friends that Max cracked the eggs. That's why they needed. When I say turn and talk to your neighbor, and we're going to practice this a lot, I mean that you need to look to the person next to you and tell them what you're thinking, and they're going to tell you what they're thinking, okay? Max wanted red hot marshmallow squirters for his earthworm cake, so he wrote red hot marshmallow squirters on his list too. Eggs. Does that look like anything?
No, it does look like scribbles.
The grocer could not read Max's writing, so he said eggs. And he gave Max eggs. Max brought the eggs home to Ruby. Don't bump the table, Max, said Ruby. But it was too late. Ruby sent Max back to the store with a list
turn to the person next to you. Eva, turn to Zoe. Betsy, turn to Alfie. What do you think the list said now?
Now it
turn to the person.
because he spilled all the milk.
Okay. It said milk. You're right, because he spilled the milk. Here's milk.
Miss Silver, I have a question.
Sure.
I think it's a problem of writing because he doesn't.
Oh, don't tell Natalie. Save it. I'm so glad you're thinking. Natalie is really thinking about what Max's problem in writing is. She's thinking. This time Max wrote Red Hot Marshmallow Squirters because he really wanted them, but he wrote it in a different way. Here it is.
That doesn't say anything. It's a
Max
scribble.
hoped and hoped for his Red Hot Marshmallow Squirters, but the grocer still couldn't read Max's writing. Milk, said the grocer, and he gave Max milk.
I only doesn't want to give over red hot.
Thanks for thinking in your brain. Good readers are always thinking and hoping, but they do it in their brain so they don't disturb. Max brought the milk home to Ruby. There's a yellow line on the floor, Max, said Ruby. You can't step over that line. But Max crossed the line anyway. Over went the flower. Ruby got her pencil out. Everybody. Flower. This time Max wrote Red Hot Marshmallow Squirters in the most beautiful writing he knew. Max could almost taste those Red Hot Marshmallow Squirters. Flower, said the grocer. When Max got home, there was a sign on the kitchen door. Max, the kitchen is no place for you, said Ruby. Ruby finished her cake.
Oh. Maxie's allowed in the kitchen lockdown. Maxie's in.
She baked it and cooled it and iced it with raspberry fluff frosting. It needs something else, Max, said Ruby. It needs birthday candles, silver stars, sugar hearts, buttercream roses, wrote Ruby. Meanwhile, Max had a brand new idea. Are you wondering what it is?
Maybe
I'm wondering, wonder in your head.
I
Good
don't
readers
know.
wonder all the time, but they do it in their brain. So I hope you wonder what his idea is. He drew a picture of Red Hot Marshmallow Squirters on Ruby's list and he ran to the grocer. This is what they look like, isn't it? This is a picture of Red Hot Marshmallow Squirters. The list said birthday candles, silver stars, sugar hearts, buttercream roses. Red Hot Marshmallow Squirters. Do you think he's going to have them now? Why? Raise a quiet hand and tell me why. Why, Eva?
Since there's a picture of them.
Does it match what he needs?
Yeah.
Let's see. Birthday candles, silver stars, sugar hearts, buttercream roses, said the grocer. And what's this? Why, it must be Red Hot Marshmallow Squirters. And he gave them to Max. Ruby's cake looked just beautiful. Max went out and put caterpillar icing on his earthworm cake. Grandma was so thrilled, she didn't know which cake to eat first.
I hope she did not eat the worm.
So, what was Max's writing problem in this story? And I know Natalie was thinking, so I'm going to ask her first.
That he couldn't write red hot marshmallow squirters.
Well, he was writing them, but could he write them so that a reader could read them? Oh.
Just was
So
scribbling.
he was scribbling, yeah. So we have to remember that we need to make our writing, even if it's a picture, something that tells a story to a reader. Just like Max had a problem till he made his marshmallow squirters
No.
tell the grocer a story about exactly what he needed,
He didn't need them. He just wanted
what he wanted, yeah. If you had a good day in kindergarten today, don't you? Oh, I am so glad. I know Miss Coplov and I had a great day in kindergarten. You guys did a great job, too. I hope you're ready to learn more and have more fun tomorrow.